everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of The Insider, the ongoing video series that keeps you up to date on all things IPW. I am the voice of IPW, J-Rod. 2024 is underway, and it began with New Year's resolution. CJ Cole wanted to announce that he re-signed with IPW and wanted to be the breakout star of 2024. Cole went to management and told them he wanted an opportunity and refused to take no for an answer. Cole's persistence earned him a shot at IPW champion Terry Van Avery in Resolution's main event. Former IPW champion, the infamous Jamal King, didn't like hearing this and came to the ring to tell CJ Cole he was undeserving, and if anyone should get a shot, it should be King. Mondo Real would also join the party. Real's target, however, was Jamal King. Real said that he wanted an opportunity at the IPW title too, but would be willing to go through King in order to get it, challenging King to a #1 contenders match, proposing that the winner of their match would face the winner of CJ Cole and Terry Van Avery on Saturday at Rumble. The fans loved the idea, but Jamal King did not. King quickly rejected the idea and left the ring. CJ Cole would shake hands with Mondo Real and depart right after. As Mondo was left alone in the ring, Jamal King would blindside Real, saying he changed his mind and the match that Mondo suggested could take place right now. 2024 began with what may go down as the biggest upset of the year already, as Mondo Real was able to roll Jamal King up for a 3 count. Punching his ticket to a title shot at Rumble and pulling off the biggest win of his career in an unexpected underdog moment. Following the match, Jam was able to catch up with IPW champion Terry Van Avery for an interview. Van Avery let us know that the only reason Jamal King hasn't gotten his rematch is because King simply hasn't asked management for one. Van Avery let us know that he was not overlooking CJ Cole and looked forward to the potential of facing Mondo Real at Rumble as well. For Jamal King, all it took was the count of 3 to fall out of the IPW Championship picture. In our second match of the evening, unbeaten prospect Chris Moore took on LaDon Sanders. While this was expected to be a great fight, we all know the match that we really want to see is Chris Moore versus Schwartzy. But Chris Moore won't budge on his refusal to face Schwartzy inside the ring, arguing that he already beat Schwartzy up outside of the ring and has nothing to prove. We were wondering if the second match of the new year would result in an upset just like the first, but that wasn't to be. Sometimes in wrestling, things happen that can make you feel uneasy, and that's exactly what happened at the end of this match, as Chris Moore pressed LaDon Sanders over his head and threw Sanders out of the ring and into the front row of chairs. Sanders didn't move for almost 5 minutes and had to be carried from ringside, resulting in a count-out victory for Chris Moore, and one more reason why the rest of the locker room should take notice. New IPW Michiana champion Big Jorge came to the ring accompanied by Anderson Knight, the man who many feel is responsible for Jorge's championship victory. Jorge thanked Knight for the assist during Jorge's title match against TDG, then went on to say that under no circumstances will Jorge be willing to sign a contract that will give a rematch to the former champion, TDG. This brought a fired-up TDG out to ringside, but all TDG could do was mean mug Jorge, as the new champion stood firm on his decision to deny TDG a match. Jorge did, however, offer TDG the chance to get a little revenge, offering a match with Anderson Knight. Before TDG had a chance to answer, he was sucker punched by Knight, and the match was underway. In a battle of speed and quickness versus brute strength, TDG was able to debut a devastating spinning elbow strike to Anderson Knight to exact revenge. But how much will it matter? If TDG can't get Big Jorge to agree to sign a contract for a rematch, he will never see the Michiana Championship again. There is one way to sidestep the contract, though. The winner of the Rumble match on Saturday will get an opportunity to challenge Big Jorge for the Michiana Championship in the main event. This may be TDG's only hope at becoming the first ever 2-time Michiana champion. In a one-fall 6-man match, we saw Huao Ming, Chad Alpha, Father Marquise, Marco Modelo, Alex Lynch, and Young Zo. This was the premium match of the evening. To watch it, become an IPW regular tier member on Patreon now. Josh Raymond opened the second half of the event, and we were excited to hear from him as he was due to discuss the potential of he and Jeff King going at it one more time, considering the controversy surrounding their first blood match that never really got underway at high stakes, as well as his bizarre claims that he is the reason that Terry Van Avery had the motivation to win the IPW title. But Raymond quickly let the fans get under his skin and said, "To hell with it," leaving ringside as they refused to stop booing him. We hope to hear from Raymond on Saturday at Rumble. Randy West interfered in Stella Buho's last title defense against Honey Badger, claiming that she deserved a title shot before anyone else, and Buho gladly gave her one. Honey Badger would interfere this time, evening the score with West, but pissing off Stella Buho. Stella said that title matches are sacred and should be respected. In order to finally put a stop to this nonsense, Stella Buho has asked to defend her title against both Randy West and Honey Badger in a triple threat match at Rumble. Michiana champion Big Jorge would have his first title defense against 2023's most beloved fan favorite, Schwartzy. This match was chaotic, as Schwartzy nearly took the title when he applied the figure four, but was distracted by Chris Moore. As Jorge tried to turn tail and run, TDG came to ringside and tossed Jorge back in the ring. Just as Schwartzy was about to get the submission victory to become the new Michiana champion, Chris Moore attacked Schwartzy, leading to a disqualification. Schwartzy would be declared the winner, but Big Jorge would leave still the Michiana champion. Following the match, Jam asked Schwartzy to describe his frustration as Chris Moore continues to refuse a match with Schwartzy, yet continues to stick his nose in Schwartzy's business. Schwartzy simply said he would see Chris Moore in the Rumble, and it looks like these two titans will have the potential to finally lock horns during the Rumble match. Two-time IPW Tag Team Champions Real Hype have held the title since War on the Shore. Jimmy Shalwin recently underwent a surgery in his 25th year of wrestling and is afraid that he may have to retire from professional wrestling. During his time of uncertainty, he and Mondo Real have agreed to vacate the tag team titles, and IPW management has decided to begin a tag team tournament to determine the new champions this spring. The duo of Nasty Nathan Sharp and Bendrick Bison would interrupt Real Hype, saying that a tournament isn't necessary. Real Hype can just hand the titles over to Sharp and Bison. Tensions were rising, and Max Morrison ran to the ring to ward off Sharp and Bison. Mondo Real and Max Morrison agreed they would team up against Nathan Sharp and Bendrick Bison. A dirty tactic behind the referee's back would be just enough to get a big win for Bendrick Bison and Nathan Sharp. These two will be the first team that has officially entered into the tournament, and they do so with a ton of momentum. They are expected to be in action again at Rumble. As for Mondo Real, he will go into his IPW Championship match at Rumble without the guidance of his tag team partner Jimmy Shalwin, as well as his IPW Tag Team Championship. In our main event, the Apex athlete CJ Cole challenged for the IPW Championship against Terry Van Avery. This match was back and forth from the very beginning, CJ Cole proving that he absolutely belonged in the main event. Terry Van Avery caught CJ Cole with a huge jackhammer and lined up a super kick, but was countered beautifully, and it looked like Cole was moments away from capturing the IPW Championship when he was blindsided by Jamal King. King would deliver a vicious beating to both CJ Cole and Terry Van Avery before posing over both of them with the IPW Championship belt. After the dust settled, Terry Van Avery acknowledged that CJ had him and promised to give CJ another shot down the road. CJ Cole was livid that Jamal King stole his chance to become IPW champion and challenged Jamal King to a match at Rumble. King has accepted, and the two will go head-to-head this Saturday. That concludes this edition of The Insider. Join us on Saturday, January 27th at Royal Scott in Lansing, Michigan, as IPW presents Rumble.